Hi, shalom friends. Please don't get offended if I ask the following question. Are you normal? Now, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, just a simple question. And my suspicion is most of you will say yes, of course I'm normal. And if we together examined, what does it mean normal? How do you know you're normal? How do I know I'm normal? Or why do I think I'm normal? So usually we would follow majority. If most people act in a certain way, most people think in a certain way, most people dress in a certain way, then following the majority, especially of people that we might actually respect and admire, if we fit in that crowd or in that milieu, then we are normal. Okay, so I read two very interesting statistics. I think it was 89% of Americans over 65 take a prescription drug for health. Okay, so now make believe you're 75 and you go for a checkup, a wellness checkup, and they give you this three page of, do you have this, do you have that? No. Are you under any medication? No. And the guy looks at you, the doctor or the nurse, and says, wow, most people are not like that. Most people have a lot of checks. So now, question, are you not normal or are you just simply healthy? Well, if 89% of people need medicine and I don't, I guess I'm not normal. Yeah, you're not normal, but that's not a negative. You're healthy. And another very disturbing, you Google this, though it's not 100% reliable, but you get basic ideas. Google medicine for the mind. People that need some type of adjustment to deal with stresses of life or the daily grind of life. And there are estimates, 1 out of every 6, 1 out of every 7 is taking some type of Valium, Prozac, all kinds of stuff. And you say, I guess I must be abnormal. I'm not taking anything. I'm dealing with life as a human being. I have better days and worse days. I exercise, I love, I hate. So are you abnormal? Or are you just, again, well-adjusted and healthy? Cute story I read. I was reading about some of the Jewish fighters in World War II. And here's his name, Milton Mullen, U.S. Army Air Corps. He was in the 8th Air Force. Anyway, without going into all of the details, in the last 9 months of the war, he was flying in one of the aircrafts. He was the navigator, I believe, and he was shot over France. So he parachutes out. Of the 12 people in the airplane, 8 died, and he was one of the 4 that survived. He landed very hard on the ground, and he busted his ankle. His 3 friends were really nice with him, and they said, we'll stay with you. But he said, what's the point? We're going to be arrested. Well, you escape, and I will try to make contact with the underground. At that time, especially the last year of the war, the French underground was very, very active. But it was very painful. He had to basically crawl to a house. The farmer was very frightened because the Germans had said anyone that's sheltering from the enemy would be immediately shot. But he gave him some cheese and bread, let him sleep in the barn, and told him he has to leave. And of course, this American Air Force fellow, Milton, points to his foot and keeps saying, doctor, doctor. Anyway, the fellow leaves. Not less than 2 hours later, 4 German soldiers come, and he is arrested. He's born in front of the commander, who surprisingly was quite decent. He said, you're Jewish, I could give you to the Gestapo and it won't be good. Or I could put you into a prisoner of war camp, and the Luftwaffe, each section had their own prisoner of war. Anyway, God was with him, and he was put into this prisoner of war camp, which had a lot of RAF people and some people from Canada. And that's how he stayed till the end of the war. Was no picnic, but certainly infinitely, if you could use the word infinite in a finite world, infinitely better than going, God forbid, to a Jewish concentration camp. When he was finally sent back to England, he spent a couple of weeks recuperating and having his ankle reset. And then they did not put you out directly to society. There was a 2-week assessment to see if you're normal or if you needed some help. So for 2 weeks, every single day, he would spend some time with a psychiatrist who asked him all kinds of questions about life and how he feels. Is he filled with anger? Does he have this? Does he have that? And he answered. At the end of the 2 weeks, he says, "You're dismissed." And then with a smile, he says to Milton, "Would you like to see my assessment?" He said, "Sure." So there's like a 2-page assessment, and the end of it is that Milton is abnormally normal. Abnormally normal. Because most people who went through a prisoner of war camp came back with anger or all kinds of different mental issues. But he just seemed to be healthy. So where am I going with this? It's very simple. If you asked a well-adjusted, nice-looking 19-year-old girl, what would you like to do for your 20th birthday? It could be anything. Let me throw out randomly. I would like to go visiting Europe, touring Europe. I want to go to a college. I want to get a job. If she doesn't have a boyfriend, I would like a boyfriend. So stuff like that. And then you ask, perhaps, a nice Jewish girl, equally pretty, if not more, equally intelligent, if not more, and you ask her, she's 19 years old, what would you like? She said, I'd like to get married. Married? You don't want to go to Europe? No, I'd like to get married. And nothing. I'd like a large family. A large family of two children? No, I was thinking at least 7 or 8. Question: normal, abnormal, crazy, indoctrinated? How about the word healthy? How about the word healthy? She has a love for life. She has a love for family. She has a love of being a woman. And she has a goal in life. She has a vision. Why is that so crazy? If you ask a 20-year-old boy similar question, he'll give a similar answer. And you might go further and say, okay, and what are your goals for achievement? He said, what do you mean, my goals for achievement? I hope to get a job that I could support my family. He said, yeah, but besides that. He says, what do you mean besides that? I'm not looking for a career. My life is my family. My life is my religion. My life will be my wife and children. That's my life, not my career. That's only a means to an end. So you don't want to be a millionaire? No. Again, normal, abnormal, healthy. And I could keep playing this game with you, but you could ask those questions yourself. Why do we look to the world and to people that are truly confused about their direction in life and what is life all about, and then try to measure how normal are we in their eyes? when we have another perspective. We are healthy human beings. And if we're fortunate enough to be Jewish, we are healthy Jewish beings. And everyone else, well, they're taking medicine. Some more, some less. But for the fellow who doesn't need medicine, to take medicine would be very harmful. And our holy Torah that Hashem gives us actually is the most wholesome way a person can live, because we have within ourselves a soul which is truly divine and holy, and a soul which is very self-centered and necessary for human upkeep. And these two souls are not comfortable with each other unless they decide on a joint plan. So when the godly soul says to the animal soul, look, I can't give up who I am. Why don't we work together? Why don't we work together? Let's have a happy life. Let's have a healthy body. Let's enjoy what's permissible in this world without feeling any guilt. And by using the healthy wholesomeness of us working together, we will be able to reach the levels of godliness, divinity, and spirituality. The very good news is that the world has subconsciously accepted this. We all know that we need more than just bread. Even cake is not enough. We need a higher motive, a greater goal, a more spiritual outlook. Let's embrace it, let's integrate it, let's celebrate it. Shalom.